Good morning. My name is Carolyn Motley, and you are now watching the Cannon County Chamber Connection, and that is made possible by DTC Communications, and we're always grateful for them for all that they do for our community. And this is one of the things where we can spotlight different businesses, organizations, the schools. We try to get them all in there during the year at one time or another. But we want to welcome you to this edition, and we do have some guests with us today. I have Colby McKinney on one side of me, and we're going to talk to him in a few minutes. But right now I want to talk to Crystal Kennedy, and she is the CTE director at Cannon County High School. But you wear a lot of different hats, don't you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We all do.
You know, I think that goes with school teaching anymore. I think it's not just...
That's true, especially in a smaller
Right.
district. Everybody has to have many, many hats.
Oh, I remember when we first moved here in the 70s, each teacher had two different
Two grade
grades.
levels.
Yeah. Each one of them had each side, and I used to think, okay, because I would substitute teach then, and I think, all right, you had fourth and fifth, and I thought, all right, we'll do the fifth, and the fourth will catch on to this, and they did.
They do, yeah, sometimes they do. You're right.
They did. Okay, but you have something coming. Well, first of all, Crystal, I don't think a lot of people are aware of all the offerings that we have at the high school, especially as far as for working with other organizations, other jobs, other colleges, to give this to our juniors and seniors while they're still in high school. You want to tell us about some of the things that are available?
Yes, ma'am. So used to, career and technical education was known as vocational education.
Right.
And so they've rebranded, before I even started teaching. This is my 15th year at Cannon County High School. So currently we offer several different pathways. So I'm just going to kind of list those out and then go from there. So in agriculture, we have horticulture science, and we also have veterinary and animal science, as well as ag mechanics. So in ag mechanics, you're going to get small engine repair, plumbing, electrical, welding, like just kind of pieces of that. We have the architecture and construction. So in that, we do residential construction. We have a great construction teacher who's very hands-on. They build picnic tables, Adirondack chairs, cornhole boards. All those things are for purchase at the school website. On the school Facebook page too. He sells those.
I did not know that.
Yes, ma'am. He sells those. They make birdhouses, lanterns, things like that. He sells those to fund his future projects. So lumber, as we know, is pricey, to say the least nowadays. So they use lumber obviously to build these things. They sell those to replenish their coffers, to build more things. We also have health science. We have emergency services and nursing education. So in the nursing education program, students actually test for their CNA licensure. So this year we have 4 students who are already licensed CNAs with the high school.
Well, great.
So that's awesome. We do marketing. We have a marketing cluster that is marketing management and entrepreneurship. Part of that is students who work in virtual enterprise, which is a student-run virtual business. Not only do they deal with other schools and virtual businesses in Tennessee, they do it nationally as well as internationally. So we buy and sell products from students in Germany, Austria, New York, California. Wherever the program's offered at those schools, we trade our virtual product with them. They do business plans, sales pitches, they keep up with monthly sales summaries, present that to their CEO, CFO, that's all in class. So that's a pretty cool program. And the past few years, we've introduced STEM. We do an advanced STEM applications class. So her 3rd level course is actually an AP computer science class. So they do STEM 1, STEM 2, and that's dealing with robotics and engineering and programming. And then their third level class is a computer applications and AP advanced placement computer applications class. So those are the ones that we have in-house, like on site. This January, we actually partnered with TCAT McMinnville, who is a great resource for us, a great partner, and we've started a machining program on campus. So we've partnered with EJ Company. They actually send their employee over to our campus. TCAT pays them to teach our students. So we have a 2-period block. They donated tons of equipment to our program, so our students are able to be taught by a TCAT instructor on our campus in a classroom setting, and then they also have a shop setting that they're able to go work on the lathes and the drill press and all that stuff.
Oh, that's great.
Out in the shop. So that's awesome. So those are the programs that we have on site. TCAT, like I said, is a great partner. Motlow and McMinnville is also a great partner. We have a ton of dual enrollment classes. Motlow sends us an English teacher. They do dual enrollment classes. He comes and teaches on site on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We have some staff members that currently hold master's degrees that teach mathematics courses, pre-calculus, algebra trig, calculus, and then we have psychology, U.S. history that's taught by an instructor of ours that they receive dual enrollment credit. So not only are they getting that high school credit, at the same time they're getting that college credit as well. We also have what's called dual credit classes, which means they can, for example, our marketing students partner with Motlow and take a Marketing 1 dual credit test in May. If those students pass that test, then they get the college credit. So they're getting the high school credit also. But then if they just simply pass that test, they also get that credit with Motlow. So it basically just lets them get a head start on the college career. A lot of our kids will leave us and have a solid semester, possibly freshman year, out of the way before they even start actual on-campus college.
Now, we still have the 2 years of free college to the
Tennessee Promise,
right.
yes, ma'am.
And that's still in effect. Tell people a little bit about what they need to take advantage of this.
Definitely. So basically, if you are enrolled in a high school in Tennessee and you graduate, local community colleges, or not community colleges, but places like TCAT, current technical locations like that, that offer your HVAC, your cosmetology, industrial maintenance, coding, all of those things, you basically get to go to college for free. The state lottery scholarship is what is made that possible for our students. So it's very much, I don't want to call it a lot of paperwork, but they register online. There are so many community service hours they have to do, like our students who worked the chamber banquet for us, so they were able to receive 3 hours of community service that they had to have. They have to have at least, I think it's 8 hours of community service per year to remain eligible for that. And there, of course, is just like their transcripts and all the paperwork and packet and thing that has to be filled out. We also have the Hope Scholarship. That's if you're intending to, I guess, eventually go to that 4-year college. And that's a different ballgame too. That's just a whole different animal that our guidance counselors can speak more specifically on that. But that's a potential, like, depending on your GPA. And once you're enrolled, you're maintaining of that GPA in college, then you can possibly finish all 4 years for free. It's great.
That is great. Well, I thought the 2 years at a technical school or a community college is great too. So, depending on what I think that most kids, with the exception of a few, when they start college, don't really know what they want to be for the rest of their, they may change their majors 15 times, you know.
I was in that boat, and that's what I tell them now. I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, is what I tell them. I still don't know what I want to do. I want to do everything. I want to do a little bit of everything. And it's a great segue. I'm glad you said that. We actually, this year, due to grant funding, were able to hire a traveling teacher for middle grades career exploration. So the governor has a big push to start career exploration at a younger level. So by the time, so we don't have those two, second year college students, third year college students changing majors. Mid-year, I want to be a vet. Okay, I realize I can't look at blood or animal. I can't see that. So now I'm having to switch to some other pathway. Had I known that my 8th grade year or 9th grade year, that would have saved me, all this time, energy, effort, money. So we're fortunate enough to have that. So we have career exploration for every 6th, 7th, and 8th grade student in Cannon County. They're at least getting it once per week. So at least they know what a program of study is. They know what
a vet really has
what
to
a vet
do.
has to do. They're able to watch these videos and real life interviews of people. So that's been really good this year as well.
I had a granddaughter that she loves animals. She loves animals, insects, worms, everything. But she thought she wanted to be a vet. And she's got a great heart, loves to pet them. But then I told her a few of the other things they had to do. And she goes, well, I don't think I could do that. And I thought, then I don't think you can be a vet.
Right. It's not always the glamorous things that you get to do.
But anyway, see, I wasn't aware of all those things because things have changed since my kids and grandkids were in school.
Right.
But I do think these are great. I think all of these that you're capable of having with just a little initiative.
And what we have to do, being a small district, is we obviously are not able to offer every single pathway or career option in Cannon County just due to our size, limitations, staff, faculty to teach those things. But we are efforting ways to get that access to those students. So if I have a student that's interested in video game design, I can reach out to a partner and say, hey, what programs do you have online that this student can do? How can we make that part of his high school pathway? And this may be only one kid taking this pathway, that we don't have to offer it as a full-time pathway on our campus. So we have to find those ways that we can meet that student's need and our community need, and regionally, statewide, worldwide, to make sure that they have a valid high school experience. We don't want them just taking classes just to get out. We want to find what they love. We want to find what they do and make education fun, make them lifelong learners, and really just meet that need. And another part of that, I'm going to segue again, is we offer a lot of work-based learning opportunities. Over the past 4 years, we've really drastically expanded that. So basically students, when I was in school, if I didn't have a class, I could just sign out and leave. If I had, I met my class requirements for the day, my math, science, English, history, I could just leave. Now they're not allowed to do that unless it's part of a school program.
Right.
So for example, if I have a student that is in agriculture, he is in horticulture science, and he works a family farm. His senior year, he may only have 4 classes he has to take. Well, his last 2 classes of the day can be work-based learning, where he actually goes and works on that farm. And we oversee it at the high school level. He gets high school credit, and he's also making money.
And we still have a greenhouse at the high school.
We still have a greenhouse. We have plant sale next Saturday.
Oh, great.
The 16th is our plant sale. I was just talking to the horticulture teacher today when I got there. We were setting up his Square app, to process payments and things. But it's next Saturday, the 16th is when that is. But any time that we can get those kids into a hands-on situation, I love job shadowing opportunities. If someone out there has job shadowing opportunity or internship opportunities for these kids, in years past we've had kids at the courthouse. So they may work a couple of weeks in the trustee's office, a couple of weeks at the county clerk's office. They've sat in on juries, like whenever people trials and all those things. So that opens up a lot of doors for them, since we do not have like a criminal justice program due to staffing and interest. They're able to see what exactly does a law enforcement officer do? What does a judge do? What's a lawyer do? What does that look like? What does DA mean? So they're able to learn that stuff hands-on. Whereas we might not meet that need in the classroom setting. If we can get them on site at a job location, then we can meet that need that way.
Okay, well, I can't find a thing wrong with anything. It's not a thing. It was so funny when you mentioned video games. Yes, there is a job out there that pertains to making video games.
Video game design. It's hot right now. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll bet.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody wants to do that. Okay, well, you do have one other thing coming up here shortly, and there's still time where you can get in on it, and that is your career and job fair.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. So a couple of times a year, we like to have college fairs, career fair, job fair. Based on need from our community, we get calls. I receive messages probably once every couple of weeks. Hey, do you have a student that could work this job? Or we're hiring right now. Can you send us an employee, somebody who will just show up to work? Just right now, everybody is hiring. So Mr. Nichols and I, he said, we've got to have a job fair. We'd like to have one before the end of the school year. So we have a date of next Thursday, April the 14th.
Right.
So it's going to be geared toward primarily our seniors, because in a month and a half, they're going to be adults looking for jobs, some of them that are not already placed. So 12:30 to 2:30 in the gymnasium next Thursday, April 14th. We can set up as many tables of as many industries and businesses that want to come set up. Just reach out to the high school. You can find me on our school's website, to email me, call my direct line. All that's on our website. But we would be more than happy to have as many people as possible. Some of the people have told me they're bringing applications that day for students to fill out applications if they're interested.
Well, that's great, really.
So if anybody out there is interested in setting up at the job fair, definitely reach out. We'll have a table for you, for sure.
All right. Remember, April 14th. That's on a Thursday, and that's from 12:30 till 2:30. So if you think you would like to take some applications or just go out and meet some of the seniors, you'll probably have a few juniors in there too.
We're gonna spotlight or make it primarily available for the seniors, just because they're the ones that are leaving the nest.
Getting out of school, yeah.
Depending on time frame, we'd love, depending on how many juniors we can get through there as well, because they're looking for summer jobs, summer internship opportunities as well.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, this is great. Is there anything else you want to tell us, Crystal?
I think
Crystal is also one of our new board members for the chamber this year too, and we're proud to have her.
Well, thank you.
We haven't had anybody out of the education department for a while, so that's good.
Yeah, I think any way that we can connect our industry to our school, we are producing productive members of society, hopefully, and so we want to meet our community needs, employment-wise.
I think for people who are looking to go out of high school and be an entrepreneur of their own business, that's something we really need to focus on. And I do have some places that you can contact that will give you all the details on what you will need, because I think they think, well, I'll go out, rent me a store, and I'll work 24/7. Well, you're not going to. You find out after you get in there. There's a lot more to it. And if your business does do well, then you're going to be looking at hiring
Expanding
employees.
that, right.
Yeah. So this is something, because you do have a lot of people that go out of school and think, hey, I can open a business. It may be mechanics, it may be
Cosmetology.
anything like that, but you need to
have that business
find
background.
out what all goes into that.
Definitely. You're definitely right.
Well, we thank you very much, Crystal, and I didn't realize I was taking you out of class to bring you in
That's
here.
okay. That's okay.
So I'm going to let you go
Okay,
so you
all
can get
right.
back to them.
Sounds good. It was nice
And
to
we'll
meet
have
you.
you
Nice
on
to meet
there
you.
again.
Okay, just let me know.
All righty.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, Colby. Colby wears a lot of hats, too. He is contracts for DTC, right, to do
Yes,
their
ma'am.
televising. He sets up the camera and records this every month. But now you've ventured out into another business, and you're one of those entrepreneurs I was talking about.
Yes, ma'am. I was just thinking when she was talking that I wish that when I was in high school, I had some of the opportunities that the kids have now.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's
I
great.
mean, really, it is.
Yeah, I felt like we kind of just got thrown out into the world and said, best of luck.
Do what you can.
Yeah, so. But yeah, I appreciate you having me today. Which, like she said, I just have joined the chamber with our business. It's called Media Max Digital Advertising. And if you've been through Woodbury in the past few weeks or month or so, you've probably seen our newest sign, and it's a 11 by 22 sign. And there's one side that's a vinyl billboard, and the other side is a digital billboard. And we're a small company. We're growing. Woodbury makes our 6th location. We've got 2 that's in Smithville. We've got 1 that's in Gordonsville, and then we've got 2 that's up in Lenoir City, Tennessee, and up towards the mountains.
These digital advertising is everywhere.
Yes, ma'am.
anymore. It is.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, I had someone that was a little negative about it, and I told him, I says, look, even your churches have digital advertising now. They do.
Yes. Well, I'm sure you know this, but those signs are considered outdoor advertising devices, and outdoor advertising is the oldest form of advertising that there is. Even predates newspapers. If you remember, back many years ago, you'd be driving down the highway and see barns painted with different, Sea Rock City is the most popular one, but, they would paint the sides of buildings and barns, and back then, they were hand-painted, and so we've evolved from hand-painted billboards to vinyl billboards, and then now to digital billboards. The good thing about advertising on a digital billboard is you can change your message as often as you like. So if you've got let's say a restaurant, if you're a restaurant and you want to advertise with us, we can get specific and we can run breakfast ads from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then swap over, and you can promote your lunch from 11 to 2, and then you can promote your dinner for, so we can get as specific as certain times of the day or certain days of the week, and just that flexibility of being able to change your ad as often as you want.
And they're noticeable.
Right. Mm-hmm.
They're colorful and they're noticeable.
Right.
And I like that. I do.
Right. And the thing about our business, we've strived to try to find smaller communities that don't have access to this type of technology, because we're in the advertising business, and the purpose of advertising is to promote commerce. We're almost in the same business as you are with the chamber. We want to give businesses an opportunity in Woodbury and Cannon County and the other areas we serve to be able to get the word out about what they've got going on. You have the traffic count on this highway out here is roughly 15,000 cars a day come by.
I know that's true.
And
because everybody from McMinnville goes through Woodbury to get to Murfreesboro.
Right. And of those 15,000 cars, not all of those people are from Woodbury.
Right.
And, they just pass through on the highway. So this is a way for Woodbury businesses to be able to promote their products and services, to say, hey, stop here at my shop or at my restaurant. Or so it's, I feel like it's going to be a good improvement for Woodbury, and to be able to give a long-term
Well, even your events.
Right.
Because right now you put out signage about all of those,
Right.
And signs anymore just stick-in-the-ground signs
Right.
are not cheap.
Right, and they're made out of plastic, and it's, you throw them away and they end up in the landfill, and with digital, that's something, even those, like the other side of ours is vinyl, that vinyl's made out of plastic, and eventually they'll wear out. And so it's definitely the changing of the world to be digital advertising. But like I said, we're happy to be in Woodbury. We worked on the project for probably close to a year to get it going. So, but if you're interested in advertising with us, or if there's any way we can help you, if you got a community event or something, I know you're in the Lions Club. If there's ever an event and we have some vacancy, we don't mind to help promote those type things. But
most of the things that, well, all of the things I've got to say with the Lions Club especially are things that benefit charities.
Right. I'm in the Lions Club in Smith County.
Okay.
I'm from Gordonsville, and I'm in the Southside Lions Club, and we've always got a golf tournament going on, or selling pecans.
Well, we've done that, but we haven't done the golf thing yet.
That's actually our biggest fundraiser. So, I know what it's like to be those small clubs and organizations that, you don't necessarily need to spend the hundreds of dollars it takes to advertise on a billboard, but just need a couple days or a few weeks. So we try our best to accommodate those people, especially if we have vacancy. And right now, unfortunately, we don't have any vacancy on our sign. It is full.
Well, this is probably a good thing.
It's a good thing for our business, but we have hopes that if it continues to grow and we can form a wait list, that we may put another digital on the back side of it, the side that's vinyl currently. So,
well, it's very noticeable, and that's what I like about it.
Yeah, we tried to find which spot would be good in town without being close to too many houses, and so I think we got a good spot. It's kind of in the hub in the center of the.
As coming
town,
in, you're going to see it.
Yes, ma'am. So.
Unless you're just really paying attention to the road.
That's right.
Most people are texting, so.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, well, now what is your price list for something like this? This is a big sign.
Right.
It's not small.
So the price, it fluctuates, and it also depends on whether you commit long-term or short-term. Our sign, we have a total of 8 what we call full spots, and a full spot means that your ad will play 1,350 times a day, and each time that it plays for 8 seconds at a time. So no ad plays less than 8 seconds. That's actually a state law that they have to play at least a minimum of 8 seconds. But with that being said, with 8 full spots, some businesses don't have the budget to purchase a full spot, so we can divide those full spots into half. So instead of getting 1,350 air times a day, you would get 675 air times a day. And the price ranges anywhere between, on a full spot, you're looking around on the high end, like $795 a month, to lower end to the mid to high 600s, and the price changes whether you commit 1 month or 3 months or 6 months or 24 months or 36 months, or the longer term you commit, we can give you a better rate. So,
right.
And then for a half spot, the price is going to run from, on a high end, you're looking around $495 a month to down to $395-ish, or even lower than that if you commit more than a year.
So if you had an event and you just wanted to advertise it for maybe 2 weeks before the event,
we could do less than a month. And we can even do, if we have vacancy, in the past we've done like birthday announcements. People put the picture of their kid or
right.
sister or brother on there,
great.
wishing them a happy birthday or happy anniversary or things like that. So if we have vacancy, we can do a per day rate. So if you want to do something short term, but from our standpoint, we like to do long term commitments. But
right.
if we have vacancy, we can do some per
That'd be
day.
great.
Yeah. A few weeks ago, we put one up in my town in Gordonsville, and a buddy of mine, I embarrassed him. I put his birthday on there. He
Told how old he was.
I put an embarrassing picture of him on there. He was he had a big chicken leg in his. He was eating a big chicken leg, and we snapped a picture of him and put it on there. So, but yeah, like I say, if you're interested in advertising with us, I'll give you a phone number. It's 615-489-0572, and that's my personal cell. So I got it with me all the time. I was designing an ad at 9 o'clock last night, and so I'm pretty much available all the time. And you can also find us on Facebook. Just search.
You can, and if you didn't get that, if you'll call the chamber, 615-563-2222. I have his business card, so I can give you all that information.
I appreciate your help. And like I say, we appreciate the chamber, and that's something we strive to do in all the communities we're in, is join the chamber, because I feel like we've kind of got the same vision as the chambers to promote commerce.
Well, you do, and we all need to work together.
That's right. So
we really do.
That's right.
Well, is there anything else that you'd like to tell us?
I don't think so. I'm going to put my other hat back on and
go back behind that
behind the camera, make sure it hadn't caught on fire.
So you can, no, it's not even smoking. Not even smoking. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Okay. I did have another guest, but she also had another meeting, so we'll catch her the next month, and that was Beth Mcqueary, because she is the director of the Art Center, and the Art Center always has something going on, but I'll get to that here in a little bit. April 23rd is our first cruise in on the square of the season. This is presented by the Cannon County Chamber of Commerce, and it's from 4 to 7 p.m., and any cars, unique vehicles, trucks are welcome to come. There's no admission to this. It's sponsored by DTC Communications, Shelter Insurance, Moonlight Drive-In, and O'Reilly Auto Parts. And they have been our sponsors for this event for several years now. And of course, you'll enjoy DJ music. We'll have some trivia type things. The kids always like those. Trivia anymore is not really how much you know, it's how quick you can use your internet on your cell phone, because you can look up the answers. But anyway, we have a good time. Shelter Insurance is always there to give out something. So is DTC Communications. And the Moonlight Drive-In, which I have just found out will have an opening date of the 23rd of April, which is on a Friday. And if you need to know what's showing on that, their number would be 615-563-7900, and find out what's going to be on there. But they will give out, we have some movie tickets that they give us to give to the people who participate in the cruise-in. And then O'Reilly Auto Parts, of course, they're a big help every year too, and they make sure we have enough door prizes to go around. So it's a win-win situation, because I know that people are eager to get out and show off their cars. And then Saturday, April the 30th, from 10 till 2 p.m., we have a drug coalition group here in Cannon County, and they are doing everything that they can possibly do to help with drug problems, suicides, overdoses, lots of information. They have meetings every month about it, and they are going to hold a drug take-back at the Woodbury Drug Center that's located on Main Street, and it will be on Saturday, April 30th from 10 until 2 p.m. And what this is, we all have, or most of us have, some kind of medicine in our medicine cabinet or in our cabinet that we're no longer taking. Maybe it's expired. Maybe you didn't finish an antibiotic and it's just sitting up there in the bottle. So this is the place to get rid of those with no questions asked, and it's a safe way of getting rid of them because people get a hold of them, and a lot of times they don't know what they've got, and if they pass them around or try to sell them, the people receiving them may be surprised at what they're getting too. So this is a good way to get rid of, they've had 2 of these in the past, and they've both been very successful. So just gather up your drugs in a bag or whatever, bring them in, and they will discard them safely where they won't get, anybody else won't get hold of them. If you throw them in the trash, there are people that go through the trash. So that's probably not a good thing either. This way you can get rid of it and make sure nobody else is getting hold of it. And then May 4th through the 14th is the Art Center will present the Young at Art series with a youth edition of The Wizard of Oz. And their next full-time play will be in July. But these are the ones where you can book a field trip. Your school can if you want children to come to these. They're great. The kids have a great time with them. The Art Center does a great job of getting these buses in. The children unloaded into the theater. They get to see about, the shows usually run maybe 45 minutes to an hour. So this is a good thing. The kids really enjoy them, and there's a lot of children that this is the only chance that they get to see a live show, and many times with kids their own age are the actors. So that's worth it right there. And I don't think I've ever had one that I've talked to that came out of there that said they had a bad time. So this one will be The Wizard of Oz, and it will run through the 4th through the 14th. And then they have 2 Saturday shows, I believe, that adults can go to also. May 6th is the Prom Bash. Now that's hard to believe that school is going to be getting out next month. And the Prom Bash is going to be on the square. They're going to have a red carpet, and every year before the prom, many of the prom goers go down to the square and meet on the square, and they take pictures, and the families are there. Well, this is the same thing. It's from 4:30 to 6:30, but they're going to let you walk the red carpet. You'll be able, your family or whoever, be able to take pictures. I believe that they're going to have a little thing about, you got to promise you're not going to get drunk or take drugs. Now, I don't know if they're going to make you sign that in blood or not, but you don't need to be doing that on prom night anyway. But anyway, you can come down there. It'll be a good time, and everyone's invited to it. May 13th and 14th, of course, that's going to be good old days around the square in Woodbury. There'll be vendors and pageants, and they've had dog shows in the past, and they have special events, lots of entertainment. Just bring a chair, bring your own chair if you plan on staying, and sit there. And last year I was set up in a booth, and I was amazed at all of the people that come to this because it was just packed, and they have a lot of great food there too. And so this is put on by our senior center, and this is their biggest fundraiser, I believe, for the year. So it goes to a good cause, and you'll see a lot of the people that go to the senior center will be helping throughout this whole event, and it takes a lot to put this on. And then May 28th and 29th is the Cannon County Walking Horse Association, and this is their Memorial Day trail ride. And you can bring your horses to the fairgrounds at 11 o'clock on Saturday, the 28th, and they will ride through town. Everybody loves that. And that's on their way up to the campgrounds on the mountain, and that on Short Mountain. And that is where they will have horse shows. They'll have music, a dance, camping, cooking, food. They have a big time up there, and that's a 3-day event. But if you'd like to ride through town and up to the campgrounds, you can certainly meet at the fairgrounds at 11 o'clock is when they will take off. And then May 28th will be another cruise-in. Our cruise-ins will be held the fourth Saturday of every month, starting this month, except in September, and that will be the Color of Fall Car and Truck Show. And that's an all-day event, and that's where we award trophies, and we have a big time on that day. And we hope everybody comes to the cruise-ins because it's kind of a lead-up to that, and we look forward to seeing everybody and being able to tell them about it. Oh, let's see. We don't want to forget that Easter Sunday will be on the 17th of April. And I don't know of any planned Easter egg hunts, but I'm sure most of the churches will have Easter egg hunts for the children that come to the church and everything. And really, there's not much more I can tell you about that I know of right now. I've had a lot of calls about the townwide yard sale and craft show, and that is going to be June 4th. And the senior center will be having their big yard sale that same day. And anybody else that wants to have one in town, that would probably be the day to do it. And then on the 4th is Gazaway Homecoming in Gazaway, Tennessee. And they start out with a ham breakfast and finish it with a fish supper, entertainment, door prizes. They have a big time over there too, and that's on the 4th of June. And then, of course, we'll have the cruise-in. Will be the 25th of June, and that will be from 4 to 7. So I'm going to leave it at that for this edition of the Cannon County Chamber Connection, and we look forward to seeing you next month. And we just want everybody to take care of yourself, drive safely, and happy Easter.